The adventure has finally come to a close. New paint, new floor, barn door, custom headboard, new vanity, new backsplash, new mirror, petition cut out, new quarter round, complete custom shower built from the ground up, new tub, new shower door, new faucets and fixtures for that, complete repainted, new everything from the everything, new everything. So, this is it.
Home's out.
Complete remodel. Pretty big job. Vanity replaced, recessed cabinets, new paint, ceiling, new floor, tile removed. We're going to start with the bathroom here. We're going to replace this tub with a walk-in shower, all the tiles coming out, green board painted, new fixtures. This is also an excellent place to start our training program. The time has finally come. Step by step, step by step. So we're going to start by demoing the tile out. We're going to see what we got going on in there. The real deal is we got to figure out, we might have to potentially move this plumbing. And I believe that this is a concrete slab, so the plumbing is going to be in the concrete. That'll be an interesting thing. If the drain has to come this way for the new shower, we're going to see. So we'll start by busting this tile out. Okay, so we've got the sheetrock and the backer board removed. So there's a little special wrench that you use to remove the drain. But like I was kind of worried, it broke the little deal off down in there. So now there's also another kind of wrench. It's like an extraction tool. You have to jam down in there and try to twist it. See where I kind of butchered it with the thing. That was probably not the best idea. This thing, you drive down in there. So put the wrench on it. So here we go. I'm gonna leave it until this is cleaned out. That's the last step to removing the tub. Got that big old tub out. Got a majority of the tile out. The next step, we're gonna get this toilet out of here. And then we're gonna proceed with the demolition. We got to take all of these screws out so we can reattach green board. But some of these screws, you can't get the deal in there, see? Because it's got this funk jammed up in it. So the trick for that is you take a regular drill, no bit, just unscrew it. There's a lot of them like that in here actually. Now phase 2 of this project is I'm going to cut this. So we're going to create a partition, a window, an opening from where the vanity is into the bathroom area. So all of this is coming out. The door frame's coming out. And that's what we're gonna do today. Yep. Demolition through. Got the green board up. And we have created this partition separating the vanity area from the toilet and the shower that we're going to install. So we got all the corner bead up. This is going to be quite a big sheetrocking deal. Over on this wall here, we got these shenanigan marks. I don't know exactly what happened. Either somebody attempted to do some sheetrocking or they tried to do sort of a stucco texture, but we're going to have to skim coat all of it because it looks horrendous. So that's what we're going to proceed to do. We're going to build a header across here to hang a barn door. And I know a header has to have jack studs, but we're not going to use jack studs. We're going to pre-build the header, and then we're going to attach it in place, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Here's the header for the barn door. I turn the studs sideways so we'll have more meat to connect for the bolts that hold the track for the top. And voila, I've got the sheetrock on, the corner bead on. Now I'm going to prep either side of this unit for mudding. So I'm going to cut the sheetrock out of this. And I'm going to apply my skiddly diddly here. And what this is really for is just to hold mud in the cracks. You don't want mud falling out of your crack. So a little mesh tape, please. Thank you and thank you. I'm going to put a little dab on this side here. A little dab will do it. A little dab will do it. Got the header mudded, corner bead on. Both sides, first coat. Say you want to repair holes in sheetrock, huh? Well, I'll tell you exactly how to do it. So you need to get you a level so you make your marks straight. You don't want to get unscraped marks, otherwise you'll end up with a problem. So you're going to mark larger than your hole, obviously. Yeah.
I figured it out.
What?
Let me show you this video real quick.
Now I've got my lines drawn, horizontal and my two verticals. And we're gonna get my oscillating tool and we're gonna cut it out. All right, so I've cut me a piece of wood. We're gonna put that on. We're gonna attach it inside to give us something to anchor to. And we got really lucky, there's a stud right there. Now we can measure our opening. 17.5. Snapping my lines. So I got my piece cut. Now we're just gonna make sure that it fits. And everybody's got their own little strategy about how to prep. Got it screwed in, and then we got our mesh tape. So we're gonna apply a little mud. Got my low first coat on, and then we'll sand it and slam another coat. Somebody would pay $150 to have that hole done. Here where we patched it up. And a tail, good tail, done a good job, I guess. Sheetrock hole. We've got all this tile up. Now we're into the demolition of this mortar, this thin set. And it's redonkulously hard to do, unless you have a tool. Now the tool makes a lot of racket, so you need ear protection, hearing protection. And it also makes a lot of dust. So dust suppression comes by way of a squirt bottle in most cases. We'll get this squirt bottle to squirt. Yeah, so you just kind of wet the part that you intend on putting the stink on. So we have done basically what we can do as far as getting the mortar off this concrete floor. I don't know why some of it is so much more ridiculously stuck than the others. So we rented this machine, and according to the Home Depot people, nobody's ever rented it in the history of the store. So this is the only one they had. They couldn't provide really any advice, so I watched a couple of videos, and I guess that makes me about as good, much of an expert on it as anybody. What we're going to do is we've got little sections sectioned off. You can see with the black marker. So we're going to run this sucker over it and see what you do. You just turn the vacuum on, you turn this thing on, and then they said make sure, or they didn't even say it, I just saw the thing that said make sure it's perfectly level here, otherwise it'll bind the motor up and it won't do right. So I got it level. You can also attach water, but we're not going to do that. I don't want to make a watery mess. All right, so let's see what she's talking about. You got to lift it up to get it fired up, or it'll bind up. I tell you what, this is nothing short of a miracle. I mean, it's so smooth, you would never know that it ever had mortar on it. Installing vinyl flooring. This is good vinyl flooring because the sub portion of it already has a padding. You don't have to install that. You don't have to glue it. This is about as straightforward as it gets. Now we can get our seams back lined up. So what we're going to do is look at him. We have finished. And we're going to put quarter round to cover up the edges. Not too shabby. So Dave's training program, we have Deshaun. One of the biggest problems in the whole world of construction is how in the heck do you get the helpers to do right? I would say that among the problems that exist, that's one of the biggest, if not the biggest. So we have devised a potential solution to this problem. And the solution revolves around the training that people get turns into a business. So these people are not only working as assistants for other contractors, but they're working to become business owners. And they understand that in order to become the business owner, to go out and do the work and make the big bucks, they have to be really good assistants to the other contractor. Many moons ago, when I was doing this, I had a great, almost one of the few true craftsmen that I've known in my lifetime, said during the training process, and it was very informal, but he said, put your roller pan on something that you do not want to have to get it off of and spill it. And this teaches people to be careful, because it is a pain in the cunning linguals to get paint off of concrete, asphalt. So you really want to learn to be careful, do things that force you to be careful. I'm in this closet knocking out this quarter round, and I want to show you one of the greatest inventions ever made for something other than quarter round, at cutting quarter round. So this is for cutting tile, and you just put this deal on there, get your angle, give it a snip, and then you got perfect cuts. It's so good that it almost doesn't make sense. Now we're installing the new vanity. Process is fairly straightforward. I don't even know if we're gonna figure out how to attach it to the wall. Other than that, there's really not too much to this process. Now we're going to install a barn door. We've got ourselves a bit of a dilemma with the barn door. Evidently the instructions are missing. I probably lost them. So we're going to build this thing without instructions. The acronym RTFI is a pretty good rule to live by, but if you don't have the instructions, you got to make do. Or maybe you end up making doo-doo. Okie dokie. We've got the structural trim piece painted brown, for which the rail is going to go. Measured the location for the backer board, the structural board, to keep those standoff lags from crushing the sheetrock. That's what this is for. So what I did was I got the height length of the door and then the length of the door on the tracks. I got the center mark where the lag goes, and I got the center mark here. And I measured 1 3/4 inches up, so that would be the top of the board. And in theory, it should be about 1.5 inches off the ground when it's riding.
That just seems so easy.
Yeah.
About 1.5 inches up the ground. I told you. Ooh, look at this. Oh, look how good, though. Excitement on the way.
We have a problem. All of the plumbing with the fittings causes this flange to sit up too high. I have devised, I'm going to try to use this, and then I'm going to bend it with MAP gas. And I put this little nub right there for the water to go skirt around the corner and not get. Everybody and their mother is going to say that this thing leaks. So we're going to test it. Now I've got to modify this coupling to fit on this. And it's just about the same size, so it's going to take some serious work to adapt. And I'm just going to take a little off this, and I'm going to take a little out of this with my PVC cement. Go up, it'll flex to the right height for the pan for the shower. Now I got this sucker all bedded, bed down, ready to go. Got that backer board covering up the plumbing. PVC cement with a smooth transition up the wall. All the curdy around to seal the corners so it doesn't leak. Got the curb installed. Got this flange drain battle is completed. Everything slopes in the right direction. Yeah, this was quite the nightmare getting this, but we got it. So now I'm gonna set up for my initial run of tile. Got the bottom done. I got my little perimeter board set with laser level, so I got my first line order going. I'll rock and roll up to the top. Boom, bam, bam. It looks like the swap out's going to be fairly straightforward. These already have threaded fittings. Got to turn the water off. And the valve is down here. The mud and the nasty. Yes, we got it. No leaky leak. Got our dead wood in there. Now we're going to put the original piece back on. We modified it a bit to accommodate the new. Okay, thank the Lord we finally finished this. I would sub it out next time for sure. It was not a pleasant experience, but I think it looks good. And that's really what counts. We got to dehaze it and then seal it. But otherwise, it's basically a done deal. So we got a little snaffadoodle here. I forgot to install the plumbing for the wine, so now we're back at it, tearing things out, trying to get it straight again. And this is a complicated little deal going on in here for sure. Okay, we're back with this fiasco that we had. So I had to special order this fitting because this thing has to be a very specific distance out from the wall for this fitting to go in there and just clear the tile with this flange bezel to go up against it. It's hard to explain this. I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a minute. Hopefully this brings it the correct distance out. All right, so the moment of truth. Okay, I think that'll work. Yes, we have got an unbelievable amount of work in this shower. So let's see what she's talking about. Ooh, I love to see things work. And then let's see if it'll come out of the wand. Or just shoot me in the face. Yes. Yes.
So they both work.
They do. Here's a classic service hot fan replacement, son. Now the owner said that he was having fits trying to figure out how to get this sucker out. That sauce.
Yeah. I can literally feel every cut I've ever had in my life right now.
So you get the wang nut. Get the wang nut off there. And then we're gonna unplug it. I need a flathead screwdriver.
Okay, flathead. That might be in the truck.
Yeah. See what we're twerking with up in there. Got all kind of hot messes. And then I gotta get it out the behind end right there, which is gonna be another ordeal. Now I put a little dab of tape across it. And we're just gonna pull it and see if we'll blow a breaker. Nice. Wire this sucker up.
You need this?
Nah, I just want to make sure I get it right up straight.
Whose note is that? Is that Rusty?
Alright, so we got this sap sucker back in there. So the shroud goes first. This plugs in. And it just kind of slots up into the shroud. And then you're gonna find your hole, the old holy hole. Tighten it up. Okay. We got a functional fan. New floor, barn door, custom headboard, new vanity, new backsplash, new mirror, petition cut out, new quarter round, complete custom shower built from the ground up, new tub, new shower door, new faucets and fixtures for that, complete repainted, new everything from the everything, new everything. So, this is it.
Hometown.
Out. Look at this fiasco of pipes. They're everywhere. And I got incredibly lucky that I only cut one of them. And it basically flooded everything, but I got it turned off pretty quick. But I hit the hot side, cold side. Hot side would have been considerably worse. Contrary to popular belief, Hometown Force can facilitate the construction of these bigger jobs. You just fill out this form on the side of the page where you click request service. That'll send the thing to our administration team, and then we will contact one of our local contractors. They still go through the same vetting process as our handy people.